Our fateful night in Togenkyo is almost up, Al. We gotta move on to our next big adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Move on and get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared Now Watch Inuyasha. It is episode number 59. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Al and Ladium.
Hello, hello.
We are discussing season 3, episode number 4, or episode 58, entitled Faithful Night in Togenkyo, part 2.
Duh.
Part II.
Yep.
So last time we left off, everyone was small and not having a good time. Well, Inuyasha's back to being big, but he got flattened, so he's a little bit two-dimensional now. While everyone
And
else
he's
is
a
small.
human.
And he's human, so
Human.
things are not going well for anyone. Inuyasha wakes up, he's bound in a bunch of thorns, and they're draining his blood, or as Tokijin says, he's getting all his juices.
Oh, that was so gross. Did he call it like life juice or something?
Something. He's like, I'm gonna get all your juices, extract your juices.
This is like, no, please don't call it that ever. Ever.
He's trying to get all his juices for the demon tree, Nenmenka.
Ugh.
And then Inuyasha sees the jar of the jewel shards, and he's like, "Where's Kagome?" And Tokijin's like, "What are
Huh?
you talking about? I just found these. I don't know who this person is." He's like, "Where's the girl?" "Oh, there's a girl here? Well, I'm going to get her and sacrifice her for the tree, and everyone's going to be happy for me."
And it was creepy because like the tree loves young girls. The younger the better. And I'm just like, ew, purgatory.
Kagome, Shippo, and Moroku are working on a plan to break out by rolling a boulder there and using, I guess, spray paint to explode it and knock it loose to roll it down to them. And also, Moroku's going to use the wind tunnel to suck it to him.
Yep.
Give it more speed, which they're able to do. But then, like, Tokijin shows up and like finds Kagome, and she just sits there and lets him grab her, even though like she has at least like 15 seconds to run out of the hole they just made.
Yep. She could have.
Which I guess,
Very
to be fair, with what we see, it would not have done her any good because they would still have been small. So he probably just something like grab you.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, we were very critical of this, but like it probably wouldn't have done much better if she had ran. But it still is not a good look for her to just be like, and then the other two just walk out the hole.
Yeah. I mean, at least she was able to distract long enough that the other two could escape, but still, like, yikes.
Yeah, they are still very small and cannot be brought back. Kagome somehow is able to be biggened.
Biggened. I mean, I'm sure Tokijin, like, used some kind of thing on her to make her big.
Yeah, that's true. He takes Kagome's clothes and like throws them down where Inuyasha is, and Inuyasha's like, "Where is she? I'm very angry now." And then Tokijin's like, "Oh, you love this girl. That's why you're mad." And then, like you said, it's never brought up again.
There's no, like, he doesn't acknowledge it. Inuyasha doesn't say, like, no, I don't love her. Like, nothing. It's just like, all right, cool. I guess that's the reason. It's all good.
Yep. Moroku and Shippo roll in, and they're very tiny, and Moroku uses the wind tunnel to break Inuyasha free.
And somehow they're in her uniform, which I'm not sure how they did that, but they did.
Very sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
So they were able to do that and break Inuyasha out, and then the room collapses and takes Tokijin down, so they're able to escape and try and find Kagome, who is like in a bath somewhere else, naked.
Naked, the
and she's like,
booba.
"Oh my gosh, I'm naked." And then Inuyasha comes out and is like, "You're alive!" And she's like, jumps up out of the bathroom. He's like, "Inuyasha!" And then he's like, just full on booba exposed. And he's like,
He just sits
Excuse
in
me.
the doorway and blushes.
Yeah. And then she just gets out of the bath and is like, "I'm going to cover my booba, but not my bottom."
Nope. I was just like, why is she more worried about the booba than, which I mean, I know why, because it's easier to censor the bottom than it is to censor the top, but
Correct.
maybe put another hand down
You have
south.
2 hands. Yeah.
Because otherwise it's just like, Inuyasha, it's fine if you look at this part of me, but not the booba.
Yeah.
That's just a line too far.
Inuyasha is bloody, but he takes off like his top and is like, "Here, use this to cover up." She's like, "Okay."
I do
And then-
also like that she like spoons him and is like, cuddling with him and is happy that he's alive and all that. And Moroku and Shippo pop
Yeah.
out, and Moroku's like, "Is this a bad
And she's
time?"
like, ah.
So that means that they all
Big
saw the
scream.
booba too.
They did. So they all get out of there. They run out and they're trying to escape, but then they're like, oh, we're on a cliff and there's no way down, so we're kind of stuck here. And then they're like, here's some old man who's a flower, and they're like, what the heck is this old man? He's like, yeah, I was kind of like the teacher for Tokijin, but then he got corrupted by the tree. And that's why he is the way he is, and he turned me into this plant. And now I'm just stuck here. This stinks.
He kind of looks like Maxwell.
Kind of, yeah.
Except for,
Um,
Max is not a flower.
yes, he explains that like he knows how to make like that the
Potion.
the potion for the fruit that Tokijin wants to drink to eat to become like all powerful and immortal and all that sort of stuff. And then Tokijin runs out like, "Oh, I knew you were here. I'm stone bodied now." And Inuyasha tries to fight him and just fails miserably each time. Just gets the crap kicked out of him. And the sage is like, "Hey, why don't you drink this potion here? It'll help you heal and everything." And Inuyasha's like, "No, it's made from human fertilizer. I don't want it."
Dude's like,
Uh,
it'll heal your flesh wounds, and then like he just kind of stares off into space one point. I was like, this dude's probably like, man, you dumb.
yeah. Kagome tries to shoot an arrow, but then the bow breaks, and she's like, "Oh crap!" And then the sage is like, "I'll just turn into a bow for you. Here you go." Inuyasha stabs Tokijin in the eye.
Cool.
Kadonk. And then Kagome shoots as Tokijin like goozles Inuyasha and runs him into the tree.
He does what to Inuyasha?
Goozles him.
What does
That's
that mean?
when you grab someone by the throat.
Oh, I learned something today.
Yeah. Kagome decides to run to the cliff's edge and take aim to shoot him in the back where the jewel shards are.
Yep, for some
and
reason.
Then it's able to do that, and then they both go flying into the abyss. And then the jewel shards enter into the tree, who then tries to save both of them because he's like, I want more nourishment. This is my Andre the Giant impersonation. It's not very good. I need to be sounding more French. But yeah, the tree sounds just like Andre the Giant, which is very peculiar.
Just like it.
Because Andre the Giant's dead by this point.
Oh, super, super dead. But it is a choice to go with Andre the Giant for the tree, like an impersonation, basically.
Yeah, it's very funny.
It is a choice.
So Tokijin's body gets taken over by the tree, who's like, I'm going to get the half demon. I've captured him. But then the sun comes up, and Inuyasha's able to transform back into Inuyasha, and he's like, all right, well, now you're done for. Also, I have my sword on me somehow. It's cool. Here's the wind scar. You're dead. Cool. Roku and Shippo turn back to normal. The tree dies, and they're like, Inuyasha's dead. No. Moroku just doesn't even like have a hint of optimism. He's like, yeah, he clearly had to have fallen with him, and that's how he died. And like, so Tokijin died, so Inuyasha couldn't have made it, so he's dead for sure. Let's all pray.
No human could live through that. Yeah,
Shippo's just
let's
like,
all pray.
Inuyasha. Kagome's very sad, and then like they're like, he's a fool, you fool, and then Inuyasha just runs back and was like, I was gone 5 minutes. What are you doing? Shippo's like, you're alive. And Moroku's like, oh yeah, I totally knew you were alive. I knew it all along, totally.
Yep.
And Kagome's very upset. He's like, you made us worried. He's like, why are you crying? It's fine. I'm here. He's like, I'm not crying. He's like, yes, you are.
I love that he initially said blubbering. She's like, I'm not crying. Okay, crying. Nope.
And then eventually she's like, just sit. And he's like, what? And then Shippo ends the episode by going, oh, now he's dead.
Which was so good. What a good line.
Very good line. But yeah, this sure was a set of episodes.
Yeah, it sure was a set of episodes. We got the cute like short kimono outfit with Kagome that she uses the fire rat robe to make, which is cool. And Inuyasha got to see some booba, and so did Moroku, and so did Shippo.
Everyone saw the booba.
Everybody saw the booba. There's a flower tree old man. It was a weird episode.
Weird episodes, yeah. We got some notes here. Songo didn't appear in this episode and was not mentioned, as we mentioned last week.
Mm-hmm.
In the manga, these events take place after the ordeal with Kikyo, episodes 22 and 23, and before Songo's introduction, episodes 24 and 25. Also in the manga, this is the first appearance of Kagome's special arrows, which in the anime just appeared in episode 30.
Whoa.
Which is interesting.
Interesting.
Like, this is a weird spot for those to show up in.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Yeah.
During the final confrontation with Tokijin, Shippo and Moroku keep switching which of Kagome's shoulders they're sitting on. That's funny.
That is funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Imagine they're just like running back and forth.
I'm over here now. Now I'm on this shoulder. And then finally, it appears that Inuyasha's love for Kagome is so obvious that Tokijin was able to figure out his true feelings for her just by seeing Inuyasha's reaction for Kagome's safety. That's because Tokijin's the only like person who understands anything, apparently. He's just like able to see the very obvious here.
Right. The only
Everyone
one.
else, nope.
God. Well, no, that's true. The parents, they know.
Yes.
They know.
But that is it for our two-parter here. Next time, we will see what Songo's been up to back in her village.
Apparently, Moroku's got to touch the butt again.
He's going to touch the butt. He's also like, oh, sisters, hello. I would like to come. You know, I think I got to come help you out, Songo. I've been very worried about you. These 3 days have just been miserable for me. Oh, sisters, hello. I guess I can go help you out as well.
We forgot to mention that weird hand gesture he did in the last episode when he was saying that he was excited that Songo was going to be gone for a bit.
Like he was hitting his neck as if he was like, oh, I got the knots out of my neck now.
That is not what I saw.
You saw him doing the cranking it motion.
I did! That's exactly what I saw.
Look, Moroku does not need to crank it. He can go find a lady.
I mean, can he though? Because
he can.
Have we actually seen him be successful?
True, but also like he himself would think he can do it.
Oh yeah, he totally could. I mean, he thinks he could, but we've never actually seen him succeed in getting a lady, unless they were trying to murder him.
True. But we'll see how Moroku sees or deals with Songo being away next time as we discuss episode 59 or episode season 3, episode 5, entitled The Beautiful Sister Apprentices, which apparently is an anime-only episode.
Whoa! I guess they had to like make something up because Songo being gone.
Yeah. So we'll dive into that next time. But if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimecheckup.com or sac.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. And you can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, A Critical Analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, and Hot Tubs and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. So join us next week as we see what Songo's been up to.
Mm-hmm.